Today we're taking a look at the Dallas Mavericks vs Los Angeles Clippers match, which is happening on Wednesday, June 2, 2021, and giving you my betting tips and predictions in general on this game. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours and hours of your time searching the internet for some fake betting predictions and losing your money because of it. Join High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advices instantly. The streamers and confetti were already pouring for the Mavericks after they handed the Clippers consecutive losses in Los Angeles. Luka Doncic looked like the best player on the floor, and the Clippers looked like they were headed to another playoff embarrassment. And boy, were the punchlines ruthless. Luka Doncic had a bad night, scoring just 19 points on 9 for 24 shooting from the floor. Kristaps Porzingis added 18 points. The only other Maverick in double figures was Boban Marjanovic with 12 points. That's never a good sign when a deep bench player is your third leading scorer, as it means there was a lot of garbage time. But no one is laughing at the Clippers anymore. They turned the series on its head by completing back-to-back wins in Dallas to even up the series. Now, the scorching heat from the magnifying glass is on the Mavs and their banged-up star, Doncic. He is reportedly day-to-day with a neck injury, and it looks to be more serious than he's letting on, considering he was held to 37.5% shooting and only 19 points in Sunday's Game 4. Forrest Gump's mother might need to start using that phrase instead after witnessing the maddening season of the Clippers. There are times when they look like legitimate championship contenders, and then they'll have those cruise control moments when they don't even seem present. They're just going through the motions and losing games they shouldn't be losing. The LA Clippers have figured some things out after losing the first 2 games of this series at home. The Mavericks torched the Clippers from 3-point range in those games, so Ty Lue made some shifts and went small to better match up with the Mavericks shooters. It proved to be a great strategic change as the Clippers went to Dallas and won 2 straight. Now that they're back in championship mode, the big question is whether they can stay there. Can they continue to play at this level throughout the rest of the series? Luka Doncic might not be as hampered by that neck injury in Game 5, and he could come out firing like he's been doing throughout the series. Is Paul George going to moonwalk back to the playoff P struggle bus? Will the rest of the roster around Kawhi Leonard start to come unglued under the spotlight? The key for the Clippers has been their defense. They have allowed an average 45.5% shooting and 105.3 points in their last 2 games. Bullying the Mavericks defensively is the clearer path to victory than trying to outscore Doncic in an offensive shootout. He can single-handedly wreck a game with his lights-out shooting. In the 106-81 win over the Mavericks on Sunday, the Clippers shot 48% and made 13 three-pointers. Kawhi Leonard scored 29 points and had 10 rebounds, while Paul George had 20 points and 9 rebounds. Reggie Jackson chipped in with 15 points while Nicolas Batum added 10 points. Serge Ibaka did not play and is questionable for Wednesday. The Clippers also have to factor in the possibility of still being without center Serge Ibaka for this game, but they haven't had him in the last 2 meetings. Considering all of the time he's missed this season, they're more than capable of playing without him at this point. Wednesday's game is all about them matching the Mavs' intensity. They can't come out sluggish like they have in the first 2 games. Forrest Gump's mother might need to start using that phrase instead after witnessing the maddening season of the Clippers. There are times when they look like legitimate championship contenders, and then they'll have those cruise control moments when they don't even seem present. They're just going through the motions and losing games they shouldn't be losing. Talent alone won't get the job done. So they have to hope he shows up on Wednesday and gets back to putting up the otherworldly offensive stats he's shown throughout the series. He's still going to need Kristaps Porzingis to be more than just a statue, and the team clearly needs more than 12 combined points from the other three starters. It was not a good weekend for the Dallas Mavericks. They blew their 2-game lead in the series and lost 2 games. The series is now tied at 2 games apiece. What's worse is the Mavs got their doors blown in on Sunday at home, losing 106-81. It was an embarrassing loss as the Mavericks only shot 34% and only made 5 of 30 from 3-point range. People tend to sleep on the fact that the Clippers are a top 10 defensive team in the league. That part of their game could be showing up out of desperation. The Mavs were held to 81 total points on their home court in Game 4. That can't happen if they have any hope of taking back the series. The Los Angeles Clippers are playing better basketball obviously and appear to have their confidence back with the series evened up. My first betting advice for that game is to pick Dallas Mavericks +7. The Dallas Mavericks hope to rebound from back-to-back losses to take a 3-2 series lead. The Dallas Mavericks are averaging 107.3 points on 46.5% shooting and allowing 112 points on 50.8% shooting. Luka Doncic is averaging 33.3 points and 8.3 assists, while Tim Hardaway Jr. is averaging 16.3 points and 3 rebounds. Kristaps Porzingis is the third double-digit scorer and Boban Marjanovic is grabbing 6 rebounds. The Dallas Mavericks are shooting 43.2% from beyond the arc and 65.6% from the free throw line. The Dallas Mavericks are allowing 36.5% shooting from deep and are grabbing 37.5 rebounds per game. Jackson has played really well in the starting role, putting some pressure on Doncic to try a little harder on defense. In turn, he will now have to expend more energy and that could impact him on offense. The Clippers have ramped up their defensive intensity in the past 2 games and seem to figure out how to contain the Mavericks. Ultimately, the offense is dependent on Doncic, and if he is not at full strength, I don't have much confidence in the Mavericks' offense to put up that many points. The Los Angeles Clippers look for a 3rd straight win to take a 3-2 series lead. The Los Angeles Clippers are averaging 112 points on 50.8% shooting and allowing 107.3 points on 46.5% shooting. Kawhi Leonard is averaging 33 points and 8.5 rebounds, while Paul George is averaging 25 points and 8.5 rebounds. Reggie Jackson is the third double-digit scorer and Nicholas Batum is grabbing 5.3 rebounds. The Los Angeles Clippers are shooting 36.5% from beyond the arc and 82.8% from the free throw line. The Los Angeles Clippers are allowing 43.2% shooting from deep and are grabbing 42.5 rebounds per game. These teams have a stronger familiarity with one another, having gone through a grueling playoff series last season and through 4 games this series. They know each other's tendencies very well, and with this budding rivalry in a pivotal Game 5, I think each team will make defense their main priority. Finally, Doncic is still playing through an injury, and if he is still not 100%, I'm bearish on Dallas' offensive output. 5 of their past 7 matchups have gone under the total, and I expect the same in Game 5. I make the total on this game 215, and I would play this down to 216. I also expect the Clippers get another win to take the series lead. My second betting advice for that game is to pick under 217. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.